Pretty good.
Okay. I don't see any changes.
I do. It hurts my feelings that you didn't.
Uh-oh.
I was here. I came a little bit late. I might not have made the cutoff date.
I didn't read that.
And Brian, you were there.
I was here. I think I might have come a little bit late.
Speaking of that, I have to leave at 6:10 tonight.
Great.
Yeah.
Let's try to do it.
Okay.
That's all.
You guys can carry on as long as you want, but I gotta go. In fact, maybe Brian, can you give Susan a ride home tonight?
Well,
Possibly?
no.
Okay.
Well, I could have. I have to move a bunch of stuff. I got to go to the shop after.
Okay.
Yeah.
If the timing's wrong.
If the timing's right, I can.
That's fine.
But
Right. Any other changes besides
Sorry.
Brian?
Yeah.
Reading the minutes though does remind me that I can tell you later about I talked to my friends that were involved in the Backcountry Alliance. And so I have their feedback.
Well done.
I can tell you about it later.
Excellent.
I make a motion to approve the minutes as amended.
Thank you.
Any seconds?
Second that?
Does it matter about like little things? Like,
Oh, spelling, grammar.
yeah. I mean,
There's a lot of
like
commas in there, I noticed.
singular to plural.
Me?
Like instead of seedling or ordered seedlings.
We're gonna have to have it.
Well,
Schedule an air session for our seniors.
Like,
I don't think that
I'll make
is.
I'm gonna make a note that says go back over the grammar.
Alright. All in favor of accepting the minutes with the one change? Alright, approved. Accepted with change. Alright, on to today's agenda. There's no public comment.
Whatever happened to that? We burned that bridge?
The public bridge.
guess so.
We'll have to build a new one. I just wanted to thank Dave and welcome Bill, who's not here. We'll do that next time. Thanks, Dave.
Way to go, Bill.
Is this when we elect officers? I forget. Is it at this meeting? Great.
Is it really? No, that was the Washington speech.
Yeah, who wants it?
Oh, to be the chairman?
Yes, yeah. Wait, how long have you been the chairman for? 2 years. I'm not saying I will. I'm just saying how long is it? How long? No, I guess
I nominate Mark.
I nominate Bill.
I'm willing to continue to do it also. I'm not saying.
I nominate Tom.
Jeez. Way to play hard to get to.
I would have, if I really didn't want it, I would have led it a little bit differently.
Yeah, you've done an excellent job.
Yeah, we need to affirm.
Excellent job.
Can I nominate Brian to be the VP again?
I second that.
I do a lot.
It's a burden you'll have to carry.
I have a small speech.
Are you all going to want to be in the same place in case something happens, right?
Once a month. Limit our visits.
All right.
Designated as value.
I think that's it. Susan, are you willing to continue to take minutes?
And thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's very much
That
appreciated.
used to be the most stressful part of going to a meeting, actually. It's potentially having to be a minute taker.
There's no way I could do it. It's not possible.
All right. Well, I think that's that part of the meeting.
Okay.
First item is Prospect Farm, going over the last, hopefully, well, the last version of the signs for Prospect Farm. And then if we all approve them, we can send them out to Minuteman to get proofs. And then at the next meeting, we can go over the proofs, and then in July, we can stick them up. Right? Yeah, or June. That'd be June. Next meeting will be in June.
Ooh, Jim. That's nice.
So I think everyone's got a copy of it.
Yeah.
Alright. We just want to quickly go over them. And I guess to give it context, which we probably all remember, we were aiming to have some kind of interpretive trail, and we decided to go from basically the parking lot up to the view, which are these 4 interpretive signs. And I believe we also agreed to just label the other cellar holes where the names of the families were known. So the other cellar holes would have simple labels with just whoever,
Mhm.
and then there would be these 4 signs at these locations. Is the Johnson cellar hole the one immediately next to the apple orchard?
I think it is, yes.
We need to ask that.
And how many additional cellar holes are
I'll
there?
double check on the map. God, there's like 8 or 9.
Oh, wow.
I think.
Guess I
It
didn't
is.
know.
I think that the Johnson cellar hole is
Johnson
labeled
is
on the
number
map that's
3.
currently up there. So
It's
I-
right across
You can double
from
check.
the apple
Yes.
orchard.
It's like number 2.
Uphill and across from the apple orchard on this.
You have a map.
Is that the one that's up there?
Cool.
Is that?
Not.
So that's the,
I'm
that's
just
the
going off of-
first kiosk right there, and that's the gate in the park, right?
Yep. Yes, the apple orchard
Mhm.
is.
Yeah, you guys should read notebooks.
And Johnson's cellar holes at number 2, right? In theory.
I'm saying it's number 3,
Oh,
which is this one.
oh.
Yeah, I think it's the one direct. It's across and uphill. I remember seeing it because you. But isn't there one right at the? Right, that
Your
was-
south isn't too worse than the Hall's Edge one. I would change that.
Isn't number 3 cellar hole right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I believe that's it. The one that you see from the Winter
Yeah.
Trail.
I found a guy excavating in there for
Treasure?
treasures and that around there.
I think we could omit the references. Answer that question.
Yeah. This top section is what George gave me, and so he had that in there, and I didn't know if we would put it like at the bottom of the sign or
There's not.
just leave it out completely.
I'll probably leave it out completely because we don't have references for anything else.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Could always publish a. Oh gosh, what do you call it? That was the official name for the list of further readings. We just publish a town
Oh,
An
website.
addendum or,
Yeah. For more information.
Have you guys ever gone through Alice Pepper's just 2 books? You look through those?
Only a little bit.
It's pretty impressive.
I did.
Change the sentence.
I did.
What did you think about it?
I felt good about it.
I wonder if we win the award for the quietest meeting.
I'd have to. It's so hard to do this when you're not standing there. Under the field outlook one, the sentence that says recent logging may be seen as clear cuts. I don't know if anyone, I just don't know if anyone, maybe from the Forest Service, when they walk there, see that and be like, actually, that's a shelterwood cut. Or that's one of those, block patch cuts or something like that. That's not a clear cut, and you're saying a loaded
Right.
term. And it very well could be clear cuts. I mean, it very well could be. I mean, the Forest Service does that quite a bit. But I don't know specifically if,
Right. I think there's a certain size where it's not considered a clear cut if you keep it under a certain size and you keep the.
and it also
Mass
depends,
trees
you
in
can
there.
have those big kind of open cuts like that because it might be oh, they're looking at it. It's here's the land we're going to timber and we're going to cut.
Right.
Keep all the rest of this forest.
Right.
And that's called patch block or God, can't remember.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it, but clear cut clear cut is a technical term, but it also has taken on like a loaded,
Negative
negative connotation term as well,
Yeah.
but for a lot of good reasons.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just don't know. I don't know if it matters. It's one of those things I don't know if it matters, but I don't know if like
Just take
someone.
out the as clear cuts and just say recent logging may be seen.
Yeah, or is easily
Logging
visible.
cuts or logging
Yeah.
openings.
Recent logging may be seen.
And is it Forest Service logging? Because you could say control. Kind of a,
And it could be.
Clearings?
Yeah.
To my knowledge, everything that you see is like the ones specifically on the ones that I think people would call a clear cut, or if you're at that field viewpoint, if you go all the way to the right and you look towards
Toward the
Black
back
Mountain,
towards that
you'll
left
see
there.
like those 5-year-old cuts over on black.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And those are the only things that are like, oh, that's really a cut, and you need a little more nuance to look down at the Hudsman's Trail basically and see that light green
Yeah.
older cut down there. I don't know. I would go with the recent logging is easily visible, or
Yeah, I think you
Usually
need to call it
distinguish.
clear cut. I'm fine if it doesn't say clear cut.
Yeah. I just don't, like, I don't think, I'm getting a little nitpicky. I don't think anyone can live, but it's possible like a forester or someone could be up there and be like, actually, that's wrong and that's a loaded term. Or someone might read it and be like,
What, they clear cut?
yeah, oh my
They're still clear cutting?
Yeah.
Which they, it's, of course, there's clear cuts all over the place, but I don't know specifically if that's, So yeah, I would say maybe take that little segment out. Otherwise, I think it sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Take out the whole sentence, or just
Oh, no, just,
say like clear? Would you say like clearings instead of clear cuts?
Recent logging may be seen in the large clearings or recent or something like that. Yeah, recent logging.
Clearings show evidence of recent logging, while in
Yeah.
other places older cuttings will appear as patches of lighter green. Blah,
that
blah,
sounds
blah.
great.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that sounds good.
Okay.
So it's taken so long to get that. I feel like this
That's
is
okay.
something that like if it's going to go on a sign forever. I feel like we should really.
Yeah.
It is clear cut 20 years from now.
It will. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, when it's time to update the signs, they'll be out there like I see lighter green over there.
That's a really good point. I remember, gosh, this is like 10, 15 years ago now, driving south through Crawford Notch where they had logged.
Oh yeah.
There used to be signs that were like, logged in 2002.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
And at some point you're like, you can't tell from a car anymore what they're
Right.
talking about. It's just all green with a little sign that says this
Right.
has been logged.
There was a selective harvest there they did.
Yeah.
Well, that's when we talked about this. We talked about identifying things. Because one of the things I said that I would complain about is when you go on interpretive trails and there are things that change quickly. They're like, oh, like in front of you, you'll see a snag. It's a habitat. And it's like, well, that tree fell down.
Right. Yeah, that lasted for 5 years.
Yeah. So it's, a tree fell down 2 years after they put the sign up, and so now there's nothing to see. But all these things, for the most part, like Hall's Ledge is going to be there. The field outlook's pretty much always going to be there. Apple Orchard's going to be maintained. Cellar holes.
Any other things?
Taking time.
I was gonna say cut them off quick.
Well, we can do it after the proofs also, but so the idea was to get these on the same 8x8, or maybe we'd have to go up to 10x10 squares like we used at the falls, with the same outline and everything around it. And we'll try it with the house in the background, with and without the house. To see.
And did I ever report back that I emailed them and it's the same price, with or without the watermark? So,
Oh, yeah, you did say that.
okay.
The only thing I can think of lastly is that someone should fact check that 280 inches and 300 days per year. My stats on Hall's Ledge. I distinctly remember just saying like, oh, I think this is what I tell kids.
You did say approximately.
Oh, I did, didn't I? Yeah.
I can also say definitively that people make up numbers for those all the time that are in the ballpark.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're close for sure.
I know. The 300
It's a
days
lot.
per year. I'm always like, that can't be true.
Well, it's,
I think it is true.
It is,
Actually.
I know it's. I talked to someone in the jobs one time about that, and they're like, "Well, what are you going to call a cloudy day? Like, what are you going to call it in the clouds? Is it in the clouds all day? Is it in the clouds for?"
Right.
I don't
Well,
know.
I think a portion of the day that they report fog is in the
Yeah.
clouds, technically.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Right.
I agree with him. And the database.
Great place.
All right. Great. Anything
That's
else?
fantastic.
Oh,
Three cheers to Margaret for doing a lot of this footwork.
Excellent.
Way to go, Margaret.
Information thoroughly.
Way to check it off the list.
Excellent.
I guess the other thing we have for up there is the signs to hang up.
Yes.
Do we want to schedule
The
a?
snow is pretty much gone, but it's still really soft. I was up there today.
What's the snow pretty much gone?
Yeah. In like the first part, and then after the first gate, as you're going up to Hall's Ledge, there's still a stretch there, but otherwise it's totally melted out. But it's pretty sinkholey.
Yeah.
That
On
brings
the
up the
roads.
point.
I guess I was going to say, do we want to have a work session to go up there? But I will rephrase that as anyone mind if probably since the signs are sitting in my house, if Margaret and I just went up at some point and put the signs up. That's not.
Nope.
Is that all right?
Let me know when you go. Eric.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I would,
All right, I will let everyone
come up
know.
and
Yeah,
walk the
it
dog.
might be fun to go up there and do that.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a complaint that I heard about a bat in the Prospect Farm.
A bat?
No, about
Oh.
a complaint. It's not a bat, dog waste. I guess someone's a couple people, but one person brought it to my attention. Just like once the snow has gone away, I guess the dog waste is
That's true.
out of control up there.
Yeah.
Particularly the first 100 yards of the class.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything that we can do. Maybe there's a sign that should go up for that winter. Can you?
We could ask if the town might have some. They might just have some, right? We could stick a sign.
I mean, the ski touring sign does say you should pick up responsibly after your pet.
Mm.
It's just that dogs run out and
Right. Yeah.
On like
they're off leash because you're skiing with them. Probably.
yeah. Is it on? It's on the kiosk on the new kiosk.
yeah. I mean, we could add another one. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because we don't own the land on the other side of the road, but the town owns the road. I don't know
Mhm.
how that works.
Mm.
Move pet waste off the trail.
Well, that would be a good start right there.
I didn't see it, but I heard it was quite
You just need
rough.
like a barrel of sticks. Okay, here you go. Can't do that part.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Could be a town work session where we don't take part in that work session. Well, there's one animal waste topic I have for the day.
Just one.
I have another one.
All right. On to the falls.
Porta potty stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, let's start with porta potties. We'll
Okay.
end up with the fences.
Mm-hmm.
Fencing. Porta potty. I've been asked to meet up there this week to just talk about where we want the porta potties to go, and the little house that's going to go over them.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe in the fall, or when this came up, we had talked about the two sites either being on Valley Cross, kind of where the rocks went up, with like the little house kind of situated so it was, protected everybody's view, both users and residents, or vaguely near the handicap access point, so it's more centrally located
And what is it?
and more visible. And I think we in general didn't want to down that big parking lot because it would be really visible.
Yeah.
Is that still the case?
I kind of think it needs to go near the handicap parking
Well,
spot.
Me too.
It does make sense to make it accessible.
Mm-hmm.
Visible.
Because
And
if
less
like a
visible for
handicap
neighbors.
person can't get up there, then
Yeah.
also, is it going to be a handicap porta potty?
A bigger one.
I think
Yeah.
they both were. I think the ones that
That
they're
makes
getting
sense.
are the handicapped ones.
Good. They should. Well, they should be. I think.
All right. So I will convey that our recommendation is it goes near the handicap parking spot.
Yeah.
I'm sure there will be complaints about that from some people.
Because it will be very visible.
Yeah.
But it could be tucked down and the house could face.
Yeah, I mean,
however.
the fact that they can drive in because it has that ambulance, that little entry point.
You could go put it next to the picnic table down there.
And I think we can let complainers know that the alternative is that people poop in people's yards.
Yes, of course.
That's like,
So we're kind of putting it where people are pooping in people's yards, right?
Yeah.
Bill's yard, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And think of the view that you'll have.
The rumble.
With the door open.
with the door open, yeah.
We should. Sorry. Can we ask for the what do you call it? The Dutch door version.
Well, you could just have a,
Well, yeah, okay.
you could cut out your
Half
your
moon.
half moon or something like that.
Strategic.
Or,
All right. What day is best to plant seedlings this week? I would say Wednesday or Thursday.
Wednesday looks like the driest day.
Wednesday does.
You do Wednesday.
All right. We got one vote for Wednesday. I think.
I'm on for Wednesday.
You could do Wednesday.
My schedule's crazy. You guys pick a day, I'll see if I can go.
What time on Wednesday do you think?
Well, I wouldn't be available till afternoon.
That'd be, yeah, I'd be after.
Like-
2, 3. It's not too early.
That would be good.
Yeah, that works.
2.
2 probably, but
I can't do any of this.
assuming everything goes correctly, I have a meeting at 1 that'll go until 2 something. So I would say like 3:30 is the earliest I can get there.
It's fine. Okay, about 3:30.
All right.
3:30 Wednesday?
Yeah, can you do that?
Possibly. You know, I have a birding program that night, so like, yeah, I have to be home with the kids, so I'm not sure.
I just told Laura today it would be, so. I did.
Oh my God, bring a mic.
Also, maybe we just fire off an email to Bill Terry.
Yeah.
Maybe we do
Yes.
that.
Down
Yeah.
there in the falls and the road.
And I
Road
hopefully
and
if
falls. No
people
need.
will come also if I send out emails tonight.
Let's see.
And what things do we want to bring? We want to bring
Rock bar.
shovels.
Yep, and we'll have to get that fluorescent tape if that's what we choose to use
Did
this year.
someone
Psychophilia.
plant stuff
Yeah, the tape stuff.
just this weekend? Did
No.
nothing got planted?
No.
Wow, there's some flagging that I didn't recognize. I was up there today. I was like, it's like some of the plants got reflagged almost.
Does anyone still have flagging or?
I don't recall where that ended up.
I donated it while I had last year. We could go. I believe we have a town account at Lucy. I think you could go. One of you could drive by it.
Yeah, I can.
And charge it to the
I can
town
pick it
account.
up. We'll
I could-
put some flagging.
Actually, I could do it. Sorry, I'm having a conversation with myself. Actually, I think I can go. Nora's birding thing's not till 6.
Okay.
Talk to myself over here.
All right. So one of the 3 of you will buy orange tape.
I will buy orange tape.
Mark will buy orange tape.
Also,
If I don't go to Lucy's at least once a day, I feel sort of naked.
are we gonna do any temporary twine until the fence is built?
That's a good question.
I put mine up by the Green Bridge just
They look
because
good.
it's totally, the electric
They
company
butchered
came
it.
and they just cut everything
Oh,
down.
yeah,
It's just
they-
an open invitation.
Sure.
So I figured it'd
I
be
would
good.
vote yes. Yeah.
Okay,
all right,
so maybe some more twine too.
We've got 4 rolls
Oh,
from
okay.
last year
Do you know where it is?
Just don't
on
touch
the
the
stairway near my toolbox in a paper bag.
Okay. Just
You know, where you keep conservation commission things.
Right.
So, what are we twining?
Well, I twined it by the Green Bridge.
Oh, you did?
Just
We will-
because it's all,
I have
I
lots
think
of
it's a
stakes
good
that I didn't discard from last year.
Yeah, if you could bring the stakes, so bring the
Okay.
twine,
just don't touch
do
my
anything
posts.
else.
One of them have a point on it.
Shovels,
Yeah, we can't draw shovels.
maybe like a hammer, things to plant, whatever you want to plant with. I still have the shovel that was left last year.
I'll bring a bucket. Because it's
Oh, yeah.
water.
Yep.
Oh, I'll bring the watering can.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
And the seedlings.
Mhm.
Thank you for getting that.
Yeah, sure, they're in the
taken care
ground.
of.
They're happy as a clam right now.
How many did we get? What was the total number?
100.
100.
Turns out it's cheaper to buy 100, and I think we'd asked for 80 odd.
That's yours,
and
Brian.
they called it, you should buy 100. All right, fencing. So
All right, so we have one official estimate. That we've had.
So, what is the bid?
Currently $7,900 with, well, he asked me not to mention this, so that's not because if other people are listening, it feels like that's something he came up with. And
2 rails, yeah. So he's basically splitting to 3 rails, the other ones. Yeah.
because if it's dropped down where he feels the fence needs to be, it's going to be so low.
Yeah.
that it's like, at that point, you could just step right over it.
That's valid.
That's for us to discuss.
You actually have to do this.
Great. Seems like a fine number.
Yeah, and part of this was
Let's say that.
for the upper area, so along the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're not going to be putting that section in because I'm going to be doing work there. He sort of recommended, instead of it being sleeved, same thing. He didn't want me to offer this, but he said he would factor in a price to take it out and put it back in. He said he feels it would work better, and for a small amount of money, they could actually take out those. It's what 60 feet of fence there. I can't remember.
It's
90.
pretty short.
He said it's probably more economical to just simply put a stake in the ground, know where it is, you take out They
Yeah.
come back in,
Gotcha.
they replace it, and you do that for X number of years, and you
Mhm.
probably you budget it as a couple $100 a year. Just feels it probably works better than the sleeve, but
So is that something he could do this year?
yeah, and well, at this point, last I talked to him last week, he said it would be, he probably wouldn't see the materials till June. As soon as I say yes, so he's just giving me updates.
Yep. And the other two more or less haven't gotten back to you.
Correct. Yeah, no, Rotten Rock did get back to me. They've had issues because of the weather pattern. They're doing a job up in Conway and just haven't been able to get over. So I met with Liesel, and she was going to pass the information back over to Henry, and then they were going to discuss it again. But I resolved some of the questions they had regarding permitting, EPA, that stuff. So that's all clear. But she didn't feel like she could probably get back to us to the end of the week. Henry may not be able to come back up and look at it again to the end of the week. So I didn't say, well, that's not going to work. I said, okay, we'll do the best you can.
Yep.
The other person was not worth our time. And then I talked to Henry from FF&J, and he said he'd be happy to help if someone needed a small machine, but it's not really something that they felt they could do it, but it's not something they specialize in. They felt that the other people we discussed would do it, could do a better job.
I gotta hit the road.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. We'll catch you later on.
Do we want to take a vote on that?
Yeah, I was
Oh.
gonna say, yeah, do you have a couple minutes?
Yeah,
Just
sure.
one-
Yep. That's right.
Yeah.
Take our vote on what?
On the fence before Mark.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Most of us. We're going to demand all. You said 10 after.
Exactly.
10 after 5. Hey,
10 after somewhere.
I'm just trying to expedite for you guys.
I vote to approve this proposal and just go ahead.
I second it.
Everyone in favor?
Favor.
Aye.
Also, I'm open to 3 rails in more than just one spot. If it will make it harder for people to get through. Maybe we should put barbed wire on it too.
And I think
Yeah, and whistles. And I'll leave poison ivy around the posts.
Well, that's something we need to decide upon because he's going to be, he would need to order that.
Yeah.
This isn't a product. It's not like he's not going to Lucy's, he gets it from us,
I
a
guess
big supplier.
I'd be curious in how much the price will go up if it's 3 rails everywhere.
I can
Well,
ask him, sure he can.
Not insignificant for sure.
Well, it's 490. It's not much.
For 90 feet?
But if he's recommending.
No, for 180 feet.
professionally That we need it in, a certain section, maybe we don't need it in the other.
Yeah,
ones.
that's
Yeah.
true.
I think it all depends where it falls.
180 feet. It's $450 upcharge.
Yeah.
So it's about $3. Getting that right?
Oh, I can do that from my head. Don't even try under pressure.
Yeah, it's about three extra dollars a foot.
I think 2 rails looks nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think that looks nice.
And I feel like in the conversation with the select board, that was part of it. It was like the
Right.
to have a
And
barrier.
everyone else is the opposite.
I mean, put the little poison ivy signs.
It's the only area that well, that's not true. I guess on the Green Bridge, you're technically putting that fence down the slope.
And it'll
But
be
the other areas are either level, sort of level,
But that
or
section,
rise.
I think it's all kind of downslope because from the handicap spot up, the state setback
Yeah, you're
is
right.
pretty far down
It is.
the breakover of the slope past the flat section. But I like to believe that people aren't going to just hop over fences; that they'll get the
Right.
visual cue. And we have those sweet brown signs from
Mhm. And the poison ivy signs.
That's a brilliant idea.
Growing up, when you go down to the
Poison
border,
ivy
there's
signs.
the
Yeah.
cement broken glass across the top of the fence. That's what everybody had.
All right, our Texan recommends broken glass.
That's what you did. Keep people out.
But I
Broken
guess
glass.
that's
That's
what.
You bet.
What's his name?
Gary.
Do you,
He recommends 3 rail anywhere else.
All right.
I could try to work out when I look at my email tonight, try to see when if Pat and Bob I proposed a date this week to meet up there. If he would be available to come at the same time.
Very well, very.
Because that would be the best, probably the best way is to have, ultimately it's going to be he and Pat, I feel like, coordinating out their setbacks. And then we would need to, because Pat, I think last time we spoke with, oh gosh, Ken,
Oh, Kenny Cruther?
yeah, to get those setbacks.
Mm-hmm.
To get them going and just kind of get it out of our hands and let them all.
Right, yeah. Yep, and he's, like you said, he's happy to coordinate with Pat.
Yep.
Well, great, I'll call him tonight, or email him, I'll call him, or whatever.
And one of these, do you want to put the signs up on the road for the no parking stuff?
I'll ask this week. He physically has them.
Okay.
He bought them last winter. So I think it's a good to remind. Okay. Anything else for Jackson Falls? I guess at the work session this week, I'll try to bring the replacement signs for the Welcome to the Falls that we bought last year to replace the broken and missing ones.
Do we know where we're getting the wood chips from?
What about that big pile right there?
Load him
Oh,
up.
yeah, that's true, we gotta move it.
Free ones.
Yeah,
That's, and if we want.
that's what I
we
wanted.
wanted.
Oh, I guess
I'm sure we could ask
Okay.
that.
Ryan's, he's back in,
Yeah.
he's back.
Oh, and the only other thing too is we were talking about getting some loam and down by
Yeah.
that picnic table that's down by the,
Mhm.
Yeah.
where they,
That is a good.
and see if we can't plant it with grass
We
and
could-
seedlings.
Mm-hmm.
Ask, Eastern Greens again, or the town. I mean, the town probably,
I'd like to use the truck to go pick it up. The truck's the expensive part. I feel like the loam is relatively cheap.
mhm.
And then they just have to dump the pile down by the,
Well, I assume we'd want that to be a separate work session, like this Thursday afternoon, or sorry, Wednesday afternoon, just focus on planting and then
yeah.
a weekend for loam and wood chips, like a longer.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of work. I mean, usually it's wood chipping the entire time that we're planting. So it's a couple hours.
Yeah, I feel like normally we get 2 hours out of a crowd before
And they want food.
wheelbarrows because they're heavy. We could always work on that. I don't have a calendar. I don't know if there's a date we could try to pick later in the month for wood chipping and loaming. And I could ask Pat if he would be willing to truck the loam there. I don't know where we'd want it dumped.
Yeah, you can't really get it.
Well,
Oh, you
we
mean the
have-
picnic table,
Yeah.
the one that you can drive to.
Yeah, because there's a big area there that's all wood chipped, and it just looks like you could put some loam in and grass it and take it back.
Which, this is the one at the...
This is the
Where the
middle,
ambulance
the
be
middle,
back in?
yes,
Yeah,
the
the
middle
middle.
picnic table.
So basically putting loam under that picnic table.
Not under it, there's, there's a big area that's all wood chipped, and I think it doesn't have to be, it can be reclaimed, and we can
Mhm.
grass it,
Yeah.
and then it won't look so,
And if we got a big enough, I don't know how big the truck is, like how many yards would fit in it, but we could also wheelbarrow it from there up. Essentially, the Rudy, well, all of it's very Rudy, but the section by where the handicap trail comes in, and it's kind of Rudy on either side of the wood chip path. We could try to basically bury those roots, and then we would have that visual cue of the wood chips are the path, everything else is not.
right,
Mhm.
Rather than we're currently doing where we're using wood chips for both.
yeah.
And we would need grass seed, alright, so we would need loam, wood chips. Alright. And seed. So we got the loam delivered, we'd want it near the picnic table, as near as possible. And the wood chips we could get maybe in the same spot, or do we want them by the central, by the handicap, the other spot? Those are the two spots where we got the wood chips. I haven't walked around the spring to see where they've washed out the most. I assume they've washed out by the lowest picnic table, where they know where the drainage kind of cuts over.
I think it might be easier to put them up higher, like we had before, and truck them down, as opposed to putting them down lower.
That's a good idea.
I
All
don't
right,
know
Mm-hmm.
what other people think.
It's a good idea.
I like it. All right, so I will find out about loam and seeds and wood chips. Maybe I'll just ask Mark to pick up the seed from Lucy when he gets the tape. You could probably get one of those, like what, 50-pound bags of conservation, like the conservation mix.
Don't we still have some left over from last year? feel like somebody has it.
Seeds?
Do you guys have the leftover conservation mix from last
Yeah,
year?
I'm gonna go look and see what's
I feel like there was half a bag
Yeah.
left, like 25, 20 pounds, something like that. I'll check in our garden shed too, because I might have taken it.
Yeah, I don't think we do, but
Okay.
Maybe.
Or under the porch. Okay.
a date. Do you want to try to set a date for the second work session in May?
Do we want to do that via email when people all have their calendars?
Sure.
Does that make more sense?
Is there generally a Saturday or Sunday preference? I mean, we can start so we can, or I could do the thing where we have a. I can do the thing where I send out an invitation to every Saturday and Sunday, and people say when they can go, and it figures out for us.
Oh, the survey monkey?
Yeah.
Google Doodle,
Yeah.
or whatever it's called.
The doodle poll.
Doodle poll?
Yeah.
All right.
Go for it. Those are fun.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen this cellar oil? Never. For a while?
Anything else for Jackson Falls?
No.
I've got nothing for the Raise In.
Yes.
Raise In.
I have two quick things to raise in. One is, I can't remember if we talked about, did we talk to the mower, the people that mow, about mowing that more often this summer so that it's a more inviting path for people to take? Because
Yeah, it gets like almost overgrown.
it gets like almost like knee-high grass and you don't want it just,
And
it
it's-
just looks like
It's
ticks.
super
Basically,
Yeah.
to
Tons of
mow,
poison ivy.
mow from the grass to the bridge.
Yeah, grass to bridge.
Yeah.
But both sides, so it's nice. To
Yeah, like that. Mow straight back going that way.
Orchard.
and mow, yeah.
To the orchard.
Yeah, one to
They
the
do
orchard
that.
and then one to the.
They do that anyway, but it would be nice if they got hit a little bit more often.
Yeah, like maybe if they did it every.
Or when they do the field.
Yeah,
When they
can they
just
just-
do that too.
Well, they probably wouldn't have to do it as often. They mow that like once a week.
Maybe every other time.
Yeah.
Every 2 weeks. That'd be. It just makes it so much more inviting.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is, this probably wouldn't be until, well, I guess maybe the fall, but I didn't know. I haven't been up there. Well, I guess I went up this winter, but I haven't been up there in the summer in a while. And just didn't know if we need to go out there and like rake out the. I don't know if the trails you use. Like, do we need to go out there and like rake out the trails
I'm on
some
it
or?
all the time. It's really good.
It's still okay. It's still like real hard packed. I didn't know if we should like go out there and like rake out the trails and just.
No,
go there.
I have it. There's 3 trees that we do have to. There's 3 pines. They're like 10-inch, 12-inch. They're
Okay.
not small.
Cool.
We,
That's fun.
we could cut up. Yeah.
Where's?
On the Mystery Loop, there's 2 trees down, and then on the,
Across the
I think they call it the Kissing Bridge Trail. So that's like Thornhill Inn, and that straight section from the Thornhill Inn over to the Mystery Loop. There's a big tree down there too.
Gotcha.
And then there's one in that wet area before you go up the first rise to get to the on the Mystery House Loop. And I think there's one other.
We have to put up the signs there, right?
Yeah, we do. We have 3 signs for there also. I'll get marked by the lags.
What was your other thing? You had 2 things for.
That was it.
Oh,
it was
okay.
mowing and then whether or not we need to go up there and just take a look at the trails. Because I was up there in the winter and I was like, well, I can't tell this till the snow.
Yeah.
No,
I just didn't know
it's-
we could walk back
Not
there.
many. I mean, I'm on it a lot.
Yeah.
I'm up there a lot.
That's good to know. That we're all more or less on all the trails. Which is the
Yeah. I would like to discuss building another trail over there. A trail that Larry and I walked. Or just a line. We walked a couple of different options before we decided to commit to that particular
Mhm.
route.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple other lines. And yesterday I was out there kind of bushwhacking around. And there's some really cool glacier erratics out there. As you get closer to Nestle Nook and then, I can't remember the name of the road that gets you to Nestle Nook. But that development that's over there. So you're pretty close to the end of the Grayson property. It's this really interesting scree pile, or I don't even know how to explain it. Have you guys been up, well, I guess, if you've been up to Iron Mountain, and you're going up to the summit Iron, and you go through the haze pasture fields, there's these enormous, well, they used to be, they're smaller now because they got picked, there's these enormous rock walls that are like, they're kind of like almost as wide as this room. But it's because they picked all those fields, and that's why where they put these rocks.
Mhm.
There's this mound, and it's quite long, and it's rather huge.
Oh, that's cool.
Of some sort of glacial. I don't think it could be man-made. It just doesn't lend itself because the area isn't free of rock. The rock is everywhere.
So
And then
it's
there's-
an escalator?
Yeah, but it's different.
So it's wide and it's long.
Maybe yes.
Yeah, and it's
Tiny Esker.
pure rock. I mean, it's just rock, and now it's filled in with soils and stuff. But it's pretty neat. It's a neat little spot. And then in that same area, there's 4 or 5 pretty good-sized glacier erratics. And a really neat, that's another esker that comes in that looks like what you'd expect, fully soiled.
Well, that's what, yeah, I would assume an esker would be completely covered
Right.
in trees and vegetables. I mean, that's every esker I've ever seen it on. It's like
because it's 10,000
10,000 years
It
ago.
didn't happen last week.
Yeah.
This is different. This is below that, and it's just this scree field that just goes. And I can't believe I'd never seen it before. I was like, wait a second, I've definitely been here. How did I not see this?
Oh, that's cool.
And it's because the leaves are down, so you really
Yeah.
drawn to a couple places.
So
But
it's screen.
well, scree meaning it's I didn't spend too much time poking around in it. It just came upon it. I saw it, this good line that led to it. And I thought, I'm gonna get over there. And then I stood there and I'm like, wait, did someone make this? And there's no way. It doesn't make any sense why the rock would get there.
Somewhere in the back of my head, I think scree is smaller than a softball.
Mm.
I think that's talus is like bigger. I have softball in my head. Like scree is smaller. Yeah, scree is smaller than a softball, and then talus is like a talus.
What's the
Like
next
Felsenmeer.
What's the next esker in talus?
Well, talus can be big.
That might be a talus.
Cool.
It's erratic. It's all the above. There's probably some scree in there too.
Oh, I'm gonna look at it then.
Yeah.
We had our June meeting. Want to try to have like a half hour inside?
Yeah, we should do an outside
Yeah.
walk out there because I know you guys don't. Well, I can't say that, but
How
you guys
long-
don't get out there that much.
How long does it take to walk out there to that spot?
10 minutes?
10 minutes? Oh yeah, that's still
Less than
good.
that. Even probably
Alright.
great less than that.
That would be fun.
Yeah, so I might go out there and just flag a little area and then we can look at it. It won't be
Mhm.
really any excavation. Just there's a couple cool lines that would be fun to walk.
When you notice the meeting, you might want to sit back and make people.
Yeah.
Let's walk it first and then have people come.
Okay.
I
I
can
can at least say the meeting will be on the agenda.
Yeah.
I have another one. The goose mess at the Jackson Field. Out of control. I don't know if you guys remember last year. Absolutely. We gotta do something. I mean, it is disgusting. It's disgusting now. And it's been a wintered
And
over.
what did you say the solution was for that? I forget. Was there a solution?
Don't allow the geese, maybe? I don't know. I mean,
Geese there.
Scoop it up.
something has to be done. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting, foul.
Well, what
No
about
kid should be
towns do?
doing anything down there. You can't play.
But what do
Any
other
sport.
towns do? Because, I mean, this is not
Well, they may not have a pond
an
right,
unusual.
right, a couple feet away from their playing surface.
If you put like a
Someone put up an owl.
decoy,
They
yeah.
put up a sign that said it's a federal offense to feed wildlife. So, but it's absolutely. I mean, yet last year was dry, so it wasn't. It was like bad, but bad in a different way. And the geese are already coming down.
And then if you start moving further and further away from the pond in order to play without.
There's no place left. The entire field is. It was an absolute, just waste site. It was absolutely disgusting. Like
Maybe you can rent a goose dog.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. It seems like
The geese.
To scare them.
something. It's only been in the last 3 years, and it's been getting worse and worse and worse. If it gets any worse than last year, it's like that's crazy. I mean, I don't know what.
I guess we'd have to look and see
What you're allowed to do.
Similar situations, see what's successful.
Yeah, Canada geese are migrating birds in this area, which means there's a lot of laws that protect what you're allowed to do.
And I just noticed over at Storyland, Linderhof, whatever, they've stopped feeding the geese. I think they put signs out.
I saw people
And
feeding
now-
them yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's always people out there sleeping.
But there's still a lot
You can't
fewer ducks there than usual.
Yeah, I actually haven't seen any ducklings yet this year.
But we're so early in I mean, there's only been 2 down there already. I've already seen just the 2. But last year there must have been 20.
I nominate Brian to research anti-goose.
Yeah, I just wanted to start.
Sunday soccer land is one way to get started. Because
Yeah.
if it's busy down there, then they don't land.
Yeah, but we're just not there nearly
No.
enough. I mean, even with all the kids who go
There's
down
probably
there,
something you can do.
they'll huddle over to an area and they just do their business there, and then as soon as you leave, I mean,
Yeah, last year they moved the school's soccer practice field, basically, because the goose stuff is so yucky.
Mm.
Which is okay for little kids, but not so good for big kids. And if it's getting into the T-ball area, then that's really too bad.
yeah, and it's there.
And that's part of the reason Pat wanted the chain to stay across the top, to limit traffic and limit folks who might drive down to feed the geese.
No.
Yeah. Well, at least they're recognizing it too, because it must not. I mean, you wouldn't on a dry day just even doing a lawnmower up there. I'd be wearing a respirator because it's really bad. I'll look into it, see what we're.
You said there is an owl.
Yeah, there's a little owl thing.
Yeah, you can see it.
They're not afraid of that.
It's on top of the post.
They're not afraid of a bike riding at them.
Yeah, well, geese are pretty mean.
Yeah, I mean they just hiss and then it finally walked away. And so I'm like, all right, this guy's gonna run me over.
Yeah, I don't know. Pat might have some contacts too with
One
other
of those
towns.
radio things that goes in the garden to scare away the deer.
Didn't work so well on the deer.
Yeah, well, it might work for the geese.
Yeah.
Maybe have a horn that goes off periodically. That people would love that.
Alright, anything else?
Yeah, I just want to go back real quick to Prospect Farm. The Johnson Cellar Hole is number 3 on this map. I'm not sure why George wrote cellar site number 2, but can we all agree that it's number 3? I mean, it's labeled number 3 on here. Location-wise, 2 is the orchard, 3 is the cellar hole.
Yeah.
So if we are to try to make the sign directly correspond to this map that's up there, then I would just change it to 3. If that's okay with everybody.
I guess I would, now that we say that, I would propose we change the title to Johnson Cellar Hole and then in parentheses, or
Yeah.
underneath it be like
Yes.
site number 3 on
Mm-hmm.
So it's site number 3, not 2.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, I wrote to Don Johnson, right? The
Mhm.
forester,
Mm-hmm.
to get an idea of if he'd be willing, or do you want to sit the door or something? Oh, it's open. What the cost would be to get him to rescale this map, so that this part of it could be printed out
Oh.
on an 8.5 by 11 sheet.
On a printer.
Yeah, so we could have it on the town website and have it printed out.
Okay.
How did you know to go to cellar hole number 4? I'm just trying to see if
Oh.
I've been there.
So it's like covered in brambles. I would say the best time to see it is probably in the fall or now.
But how did you
Um,
know to?
Is it
Just
just
when
on
I've
this?
gone out that road, I've seen it on the right hand side. It's just like, I mean, it's a big foundation.
Is it before the big land? Oh yeah, it is before the big landing, right?
Yeah.
This must have been one of the early drafts, right? Of the map.
This is 2008, I think.
Okay, so I'd say that's a different scale than the one that's up there.
2000,
It's probably like halfway,
2010.
Ryan.
So it's right.
It's on the right hand side. I mean, like it's within, I would say, 8 feet
Oh,
of the
oh,
road.
oh.
It's
Right.
like-
Yeah, that's
Who's
the one
knows
that's
it?
across in the orchard.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
hmm
For some reason I was.
So if you go left to go down the orchard trail, but you take the right hand part of the T and go straight out, it's off of there.
Whose notes it is?
That was from I think Dexter and I. Dexter
Oh,
and I.
okay. I was just trying to figure out. I don't know. That's the side
Okay.
Good.
Motion to adjourn.
Yes. Unless you